Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and this is day 16 of the 80 Days to Your Dream Body course. Today's protein source is going to be turkey thighs with the skin, and today's going to be a back training workout. And the theme for today's workout is recovery. So, right now, I'm going to be explaining different modalities that you can incorporate into your training routine to help you recover quicker and enhance the effects of your workouts. Now, let's get started. And while we're resting, let's move on to the third recovery modality, and that is going to be active release technique, or ART. I've been practicing ART since 2010, and between 2010 and 2013, I was using it very frequently, especially with my athletes. But then fascial stretch therapy began to take over. The main difference is fascial stretch therapy is more of a global approach, whereas active release is very local. So if you find that you have very local adhesions and you want to treat it quickly, active release is going to be better than fascial stretch therapy, because fascial stretch therapy, you'll be able to get great changes overall in the body. But if you have a very localized issue that you want to treat, then ART is going to be the best modality that you could use. With regard to ART, it is a hands-on technique, and what you would want to do is you are applying some type of manual therapy pressure. For me, I like to do an ischemic compression. An ischemic compression is when you take your middle finger. You could take any of your fingers, but for me, middle finger is my favorite one to use. And you just apply a pressure. Once you've applied the pressure, then you do some targeted movement with the muscle in order to break up the scar tissue and improve function in the area. With regard to an active release treatment, the way that it would be performed is, first, you want to do an assessment. With regard to the assessment, you would do a client intake. So you would ask if they're experiencing any type of pain or restrictions, and then you would do a movement assessment on them. So just take them through a range of motion. So let's say somebody came with shoulder pain and they had limited lateral rotation. I would take their shoulder, and then at the glenohumeral joint, I would test to see how much lateral rotation they have. Then, once the assessment has been performed, you would want to locate the adhesions. When we are locating it, what you would want to do is palpate the area and see if you find any adhesions in that specific area. Once you've located the adhesions, the third thing that you would want to do is apply manual pressure. Again, my preferred method is an ischemic compression with my thumb. So you would just take your thumb, press it into the area where you found it. Then once you've done that, you would actually take them through a guided range of motion. There's a couple ways that we can do this. One is you would just apply a pressure and then you would just go into whatever area they are restricted in, and that would be more passive. You could also do it actively. So instead of you guiding them through the motion, you could tell them what you want them to do, and they could actually do the movement themselves as you apply the ischemic compression. Once you've done that, then you would want to reassess them and see, is there an increase in their range of motion? Is there a decrease in their pain? If there is, great, you know the treatment worked and it's an effective modality for that particular patient. In terms of applications, this would be absolutely terrific to use as a recovery option if somebody has some type of injury. It would also help to alleviate any type of chronic tension that they're experiencing in the muscle. And again, it is a local treatment option. So if somebody has a very specific adhesion in a very specific area, something like active release technique would be absolutely ideal. But with regard to active release technique, I'm going to be going over various different treatment options over the course of this 80-day program, and Johnny and I are going to be showing you guys how exactly to administer active release. But our rest period is up. Time for set number 4. Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. Be sure to like, share, and leave a comment, as it'll help the algorithm. And if you enjoyed the content, show your support by subscribing to the channel by clicking on the icon in the bottom right corner. And if you really want to show your support, then consider becoming a member by clicking on the icon in the bottom left corner. These new high-quality videos aren't cheap to edit, and the $5 membership will really help with the video editing budget. You'll also get access to a ton of exclusive perks, like early access to videos and this program design lecture playlist in the top right-hand corner. And if you want to learn how to do a one-armed pull-up, then check out the playlist on the top left corner.